there at work so that I can actually get paid. But that's another story. I wanted to talk to you guys because I saw a post that one of our fellow Manosphere creators, or should I call the Mentor Sphere as I prefer to call it, put up on Instagram today. So shout out to Red Sings the Blues. He put up a post talking about how essentially, friends who think, people who you think are your friends, people who you think are your friends will actually not often really be your friends. And they're out. They're out of there as soon as things get rough, as soon as it's not convenient for them. And it's always a mystery to us because we think that our mates are our mates. I want to put something to you because when I went through my separation from my ex-wife years ago now, all of the people that I thought were my lifelong friends all of a sudden turned, gone, overnight. And I went for months and months and months bottling up the frustration and the resentment around these people that I had told me that they would be my brothers for life, that will be mates until the day we die, and then all of a sudden they're just gone, disappeared. And I was listening to music on a long trip back home to see my parents, and it was about a 6-hour drive, 5-6 hour drive roughly, depending on whether you take breaks or not. And I heard Dre's I Need a Doctor come on, Eminem and Dre's I Need a Doctor. And there's this particular section and it says, went through friends, some of them I put on, presumably as employees, but they just left. They said they was riding to the death, but where the F are they now? Now that I need them, I don't see none of them. All I see is Slim. F all you fair weather friends, all I need is him. Effing backstabbers. When the chips were down, you just laughed at us. Now you're about to see the fucking wrath of aftermath. FAGGOTS. And this really rung true for me. And at that moment, I broke. And not permanently broke, but I just, all that pent up emotion and frustration and anger, it just burst out. I started crying. And I kept playing that verse over and over again for about 3 hours while I was driving. The whole time just screaming the lyrics out loud, just like all that pent up rage and anger just disappeared from my body. And it was in that moment and during that little transition phase over the space of a couple of hours that I went from all this anger and frustration, thinking that they lied to me and realizing that they were just there because of the commonality. And this is the key, guys, because we've all had friends that used to be our friends and they're no longer our friends. And there's people in our past maybe that were never our friends and now they're our friends for some weird reason and we don't understand why. But that's because we have common interests. See, us men, we were not built to be social creatures in the same way that women are. And that's no disrespect to women and it's no disrespect to men. It's just a realization. And when you actually understand that we men are just solo creatures moving through the world, hunting, trying to up-level ourselves in the dominance hierarchy. And I'm not saying trying to be domineering over people, but trying to reach a higher level of existence, trying to reach a higher level of achievement, trying to reach a higher level financially, emotionally, intellectually. All of these things that we work towards through our journey through life. And when you realize that we are just hunters that are trying to up level, when you realize that we don't actually have friends, we have people with who we have something in common that we can share that commonality, things become a whole lot clearer. Because now when you see that you don't have something in common with someone anymore, or shared values that you thought you had are no longer shared values, you come to the understanding that that particular relationship, that friendship that you have is numbered. And this also translates back to relationships with women. Because when there's commonality, there's a mutual reciprocity, there's a mutual benefit in that dynamic, whether it's with a male friend, and we so often get criticized as guys, right? And it's fair criticism that when other guys are going through shit, we sort of like distance them. And this isn't a conscious thing. It's not like we're like, oh, that guy's going through some shit, fuck him. No. It's our natural inbuilt instinct that we don't want to be dragged down by negativity. And when we actually associate ourselves with people that are negative, that's exactly what we do. Whether that is a workplace that's dragging us down with negativity, whether it's a personal romantic relationship that's dragging us down with negativity, whether that's a friendship with a male or a female, or even a family member that's dragging us down with negativity. When we're emotionally and consciously aware, we start to distance ourselves from that. So I want a lot of you guys to be more conscious of the fact that that's how it is. And Joshua Jefferson says, haven't had friends in over 10 years, somehow being alone brings some kind of inner peace. And that's true. And Battle Cow says, and this is very well said, friends to you, nothing but an acquaintance to them. You can immediately tell where you stand when people say we should meet up sometime. Just means it's let's depart on friendly terms. And that's exactly right. Right? My Heathen Heart says, when my son's mother left and I became a single dad, all my friends disappeared. I don't really have any friends now. That's exactly right. Because in that particular situation, the friends that you had were friends with your partner. And when they chose your partner's side, the commonality that you and your friends had ceases to exist. Ceases to exist. So many of us, the reason so many of you tune in to watch me and other guys in the mentor sphere, it's not because I'm your mate. It's because we share a commonality. And for those of you who feel an affinity to me and I to you guys, that's because we share common values. And we share a sense of brotherhood. We share a sense of mutual hope that we can all grow together as men and become better and become more wise and become more aware and become more capable and more intelligent and more worldly and more capable. And all of these things that we want to become and we want to see others become. So I know this is just a really short video and I got to work back into it because it's been a hot minute. I know I did a video the other day, but it's been a long time. Been a long time since I actually really did some videos, and I'm starting to feel it again. You know, because I'm coming out of the woods from the heavy 2 years that I've been going through. Not in terms of depression or anything, but just I've been flat out working. I've been exhausted. I've been grinding away. I've been working on stuff. I've got things going on in the background that you guys it's going to blow your mind when I tell you what is happening. Elite Gains says, is losing a friendship that lasted over 20 years worth saving? Or is it best to walk away if they've talked behind your back when you're going through a depression? Elite Gains, that's a very, very good question because I think most of us can probably relate to that at some level. So I'm going to answer that question because that's very, 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 very important. Very important. So let me reread that question and then I'm going to dissect it in a really succinct and clear way. Is losing a friendship that lasted over 20 years worth saving, or is it best to walk away if they talk behind your back when you're going through depression? Elite Gains, you and that person that talked behind your back while you're going through depression, they don't understand what you're going through, and you also no longer share a commonality with them. Now, when you say Elite Gains, I'm guessing that you're into fitness and you're into some sort of bodybuilding or gym work or physiology. So I'm going to base my assumption off that. I'm going to presume that they either were being taught by you or saw something in you that they wanted to be like because they saw benefit in that. Or I don't know the situation. Short answer, let them go. Anybody who wants to talk shit behind your back and doesn't understand who you are after 20 years or what you're going through, or they can't see what's up, they're going to be more of a hindrance to a help in your spiritual healing. And that's true. I've been through it. And the people that talk shit behind my back, I let them talk shit. The people that didn't support me, the people that tried to backstab at me, I let them take the knife. My wounds will heal. Hurt people hurt people. People that have not truly healed from their inner wounds, whether it's mentally, spiritually, or emotionally, or even physically sometimes, if people are physically wounded and that's hindering the life that they used to have, that they feel like they had stolen from them, that can actually cause a lot of resentment and hurt. So yeah, in short, if you've got someone who you've known for a long, long period of time who's talking shit behind your back and backstabbing you, you just keep going about your business, keep improving yourself, keep on your solo journey that you've been on all along, that he only joined you for 20 years for. He wasn't your friend. He was just someone that you shared a commonality with. And that's not something to be angry about. Just accept that he was your friend and that you shared a commonality, and now you're no longer sharing a commonality. And that's totally okay, because there's going to be plenty of other people that you share a commonality with. There's going to be plenty of other people. When you start to up level and they stay at the same level, there's going to be people that come into your life. There's going to be people that just you'll have a conversation with, and all of a sudden, bang, you got a commonality. And you had no idea that that person was even on the same wavelength as you, or even close. And they just out themselves to you as someone that gets what it is that you're going through, what you understand and who you are. And that has been one of the greatest gifts that I have experienced post-marriage separation. Finding that tribe of brothers that understands what I've been through, what I'm all about, and that shares a commonality with me in my new and evolved form. Because not allowing yourself to go through that evolution and holding yourself back by tying yourself to people that you no longer have a commonality with, because the commonality that you used to share was actually negative for you. If you allow yourself to be held back like that, then you're going to pull yourself back to where you were before you evolved. And that's not something that I would wish on anybody, because we men need to evolve, we need to grow, we need to become better, stronger. As Kanye says, bigger, better, faster, stronger. And that's what I've become over the last couple of years. And I'm so grateful for that. I've got chills through my body right now. I'm so grateful and humbled and appreciative and thankful that I've actually come to this realization in my life. Because without coming to that realization, I would not be in a good place right now. But I feel better than I've ever felt before. And I truly mean that from the bottom of my heart. So I hope that helps you out, Elite Gains. I hope that answers your question. And I hope that actually gives some value to some other people watching this right now. Please share this with anyone that has gone through something where they've lost friends or they're angry about people turning their back on them, because I think that a lot of people need to hear this. Anyway, gentlemen, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for joining in this live. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you had this video sent to you, thank your friend for sharing it, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.